When I heard it, I heard something kind of bubbly and nice, but with that bass gave me a hint of danger, and I really wanted to bring that out. So, and the also gave a hint, even though it's really bubbly. So, as you can see, I opened it up here in freecycle, and it's already made chops at the zero hatchings, as many zero hatchings as it could find for this setting right here. Now, you make this stronger, and it'll find more zero hatchings and slice along those zero hatchings. Zero hatchings are just the places in a song where there's almost no sound, very, very, very low frequency, and so it'll just cut right there. Okay, and if we go in this direction, you'll have less until you have more. And how many chops you like to have is up to you. I like to go as far here as possible, because far back here as possible, because really I find that I only need about 16 chops, and I never can go low enough to get 16 chops. The only reason I use 16 chops is because I like to use the MPD 18 or any 16 pad MIDI triggering device. The reason I do that, the reason I like it, is because I like to kind of play around with it like a drum. And if you have a keyboard and you like to play around with it like that, you could probably deal with this many chops, but I don't. The good thing about freecycle is that it's created these chops along the zero hatchings, and you can just begin to put them where you want to. It's not going to get them exact, but it'll get them as close as you want to, and then you can come down here and delete the ones you don't want. As you can see, there's these little arrows here, and I can go and I can move the sample to zero hatching, and it will tell me when I'm real close to a zero hatching. There you go. I'm real close to one right there. Boom. Close enough for me to say, all right, that's it. Now, it's really hard to see some of these things. So, if you go here and lock this right here, be careful of this right here, because it'll cut off large parts of your samples. If you go here and use your left click, you can go and stretch to certain areas, and get wherever you want to be and get real close. And you see, you can just get real close on your sample. And you can select different parts of the sample, move them to different places and whatnot. That's if you have them locked. If you got them unlocked here, like I just did, then you can move with the right click. You can move your zero hatching. Yeah, and that's about as close as I can go. Boom. And so now I can go and zoom out, and I can put all of these here to where I want them, and then get them to as close to 16 as I want. I can get them as close to 16 slices as I want. And then if I have any extra, I can go ahead and erase those. Okay. Once that's erased, I can go and I can lock the samples. Now you'll notice that once I do that, I get this little keyboard down here. What this keyboard does is it assigns a MIDI note trigger to each one of these slices, and that MIDI note trigger can be used for things like if you want to export this to what do they call that? If you want to export it to a MIDI file, or this even will export sampler files for Akai, the different Akai samplers and whatnot. So freecycle can do a lot, especially for alpha software. I mean, it does a lot. And you really got to kind of be careful with it, because you could chop up and move things and mess up your sample and have to re-record it. So I don't use it for any of that though. I just want my chunks of audio sliced 16 times. It gets me real close. I can make any adjustments I need and keep what I want and get rid of what I don't want. And that's all I need from it. And I find it to be a lot quicker, faster, and more stable than this much more developed product right here, Audacity. Okay, so once you have everything locked and in the place you want it, and this is not how I want it, I already chopped mine, and it's chopped into 16 pieces. But then we can go and hit save audio chunks. It'll ask you to name it. You go ahead and name it. Make sure that you save your wave format in 16-bit. That way, you'll be all right. It will also ask you if you want a MIDI file. I don't. It'll want to know if you want your MIDI assignments saved. I don't. Akai export. I don't. Even though I have an Akai in the closet, it's actually a friend of mine's. I don't use it. I don't use the MPC. Simply because I got used to doing this. One day I'm gonna take that MPC out and start using it just to see the difference in the punch, and just see what it's like to produce on it. But I'm really comfortable with using software and basically having my laptop as my MPC and my desktop as my DAW for recording. Okay. So once we have it all saved, give it a name, blah blah blah, save it. I'm not gonna save it because I've already saved it. Then we can get rid of freecycling here, and as you can see, Jack is like, freecycling is gone. In closing, you can use to chop. You can use Audacity or freecycling to do your chopping. There's also Resound, but I haven't found Resound to be very stable, even though it's about as it's been about around as long as about freecycling. But I just haven't found it to be stable. Hasn't worked for me very well. Maybe I just haven't looked at it strong enough. Freecycling works for me, so that's where I'm going. Audacity, when I use it, I only use it to go ahead and record songs from vinyl that I'm bringing into my computer, or if I have an MP3 that I want to convert into WAV. That's basically the only reason I'll use Audacity. I really don't like it. I really don't like it. They need to do something about the way it just behaves with Jack and ALSA, because it just crashes on my machine and the machines of my friends who use Linux. Like I said, I think they just decided that they want to be Mac friendly, and to hell with everything else. Okay, so with that done, now we can go ahead and open Hydrogen and begin the work of layering the samples.